Hey, welcome to Linguist Rising. Today, we're going to break down one of the absolute cornerstones of Arabic grammar, gender. Now, this is a concept that shapes the entire language, and really, understanding it is your key to unlocking this beautiful system of harmony that runs through every single sentence. Let's dive in. So, here's the big question for any learner, right? When you see a noun in Arabic, how in the world do you know if it's masculine or feminine? You see, unlike in English, this isn't just about people. In Arabic, everything has a gender. And today, we're going to crack that code. All right, so let's get right into it. First things first, we need to establish the foundation. Before we get into any of the tricky parts or exceptions, we have to understand the basic landscape of nouns in Arabic. And get this, every single noun, every noun, whether it's for a person, an object like a car, or even an abstract idea like freedom, it's grammatically classified. There are no neutral nouns in Arabic, so everything has to fall into one of two categories. And here they are, our two categories. On the masculine side, we have mudhakkar, which is pronounced mudhakkar, and for the feminine, we have mu'annath, or mu'annath. You know, getting familiar with these terms is super helpful because you're going to see them in pretty much every Arabic grammar book you pick up. Okay, so how do you actually tell which is which? Well, luckily for us, Arabic gives us this massive clue, a golden rule, if you will, for spotting feminine nouns. Let's take a look at the single most common signpost for gender in the entire language. I want you to meet your new best friend in Arabic grammar, the Ta Marbuta. This little character, which literally means the tied T, is your #1 indicator. Seriously, if you see a noun ending with this, you can be almost certain it's feminine. It's the most reliable clue you're going to find. And this slide right here shows the rule in action so clearly. Take a look at chair, kursi, kursi. See? No special ending, so it's masculine. But then look at table, maida, maida. You see that little ta at the end? That is the Ta Marbuta, and it is telling you loud and clear this word is feminine. And once you start looking for it, you'll see this pattern is just everywhere. A car, sayyara, feminine. A bag, haqiba, feminine. A maternal aunt, khala, you got it, feminine. A female nurse, mumarrida. Yep, feminine again. See how that little ta just keeps showing up at the end? It's amazing. And here's a brilliant close-up. The word for car, sayyara, is a perfect example. That little circle with 2 dots on top, that is the Ta Marbuta. And it is the only reason we know that grammatically speaking, a car is treated as a feminine noun in Arabic. Okay, so what happens when a word is feminine, but it doesn't have that magic little de ending? Because, you know, like any good language, Arabic has its exceptions. But don't worry, even the exceptions follow their own kind of logic. We can pretty much break these exceptions down into 2 main groups. The first one is what we call feminine by meaning, which is actually really intuitive. And the second is feminine by convention, and this covers a specific set of words you just kind of learn over time. This slide makes the difference crystal clear. On the left, we've got nurse, mumarrida. It follows our rule perfectly. It's got the Ta Marbuta. But then look to the right, the word for girl, bint, doesn't have it. So why is it feminine? Well, because the word itself refers to a female person. Its meaning is its gender. It's as simple as that. Now, the other category of exceptions, these are words that are feminine just because, well, because they are. This is what happens when a language evolves over thousands of years. This group often includes names of countries like Egypt, Misr, body parts that come in pairs like a leg, rijl, and some natural things like the sun, shems. These are the ones you'll just pick up naturally as you read and listen more. So you might be thinking, why does any of this matter? Why spend all this time sorting nouns into masculine and feminine boxes? Well, the answer is it's absolutely essential if you want to build a correct Arabic sentence. And here's why. It all comes down to something called agreement. In Arabic, other words in the sentence, like adjectives, pronouns, and even verbs, have to change their form to match the gender of the noun they're talking about. You can't just say the car is new. The word for new actually has to take a feminine form to agree with the feminine word for car. It's that whole system of harmony we talked about, and it runs through every single sentence. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of the key takeaways. First, Arabic has 2 genders, masculine and feminine. Simple. Second, your biggest clue, your number one signpost for a feminine noun is that wonderful little ending, the Ta Marbuta. Third, words for females are feminine just by their very meaning. And finally, if a noun doesn't have a feminine marker or a feminine meaning, your default assumption should be that it's masculine. Mastering gender is a huge step. It really unlocks so much of the language's structure. Now that you understand the what of Arabic nouns, you're totally ready to explore the who, where, and when that really bring the language to life. Thanks so much for watching.